Is music really better than pussy? Really?
I think so, yeah.
Really? Can you explain me how or why?
No, I can't. No, it's just at some stage I found that that what I was doing all those years, which is making music, was like really the most entertaining thing ever. Like, I don't think there's anything better than that.
What was it like to record 5 albums in 1 year or 2?
So actually, 5 albums a year is it's not enough. Actually, I think I have many more ideas, which are kind of like stopped by the real time I'm living in. So I would like to do more actually.
How do you gather these ideas?
They gather. I don't gather. They come to me.
So what inspires you?
Actually anything, like this Diet Coke design, for example, which I haven't seen in many years. Anything. Like a typography, I could see a book I read, an interview I give, some music I listen to, people I meet. Anything really.
How do you decide that, okay, this idea should sound like this or that?
It's a feeling. It's a feeling if something is right. It's the same like you would we could do that here. I could show you, I could have like how do you call it, like those things with colors for painters, where you have like all the colors, and I show you a color and you have to say immediately you like it or you don't like it. You have like an immediate response. You don't have to think about it. Usually you don't have to think about it. It's like you say, I don't like red, I like green. And it's the same. And when I'm making music, the final moment is the same moment. Let's say I have final moments all the time. Like when you're making music and make a song or a track or something, you have to take decisions all the time. It's like thousands of decisions. Small ones and big ones, but you have to let go all the time. You have to take a decision whether something is right or wrong all the time. You move a sound a millisecond and you have to know if it's right or wrong. And you cannot think like a minute about it. It's like you do it, you know it's wrong, you redo it, and so on and so on and so on. So this is like, I think you can compare it with meditation, or like it's a very spiritual act, because you don't think about it. It's almost like meditating. You're doing it, you're feeling all the time whether it's right or wrong. It's like a trance, kind of. You're not rationalizing. Maybe there's a moment at the end, the very, very end of the day, maybe, where you step back and rationalize, and you analyze, and you take a conclusion for the day, and then the next day you start over, adjust.
In the recent years you've produced more experimental music. Do you plan to bring back Senor Coconut once more?
I do, yes, I do plan to do so. I just took the decision last 2 years, maybe 2008, to focus on all these other things which I had left behind while I was doing Coconut, which is a very big project, a lot of touring and traveling, and I simply didn't have the time to do all those things I wanted to do for like maybe 5 years or something. They were like all laying there, and so I decided to just stop with Senor Coconut for a while and work on all these things I had in my head, and the live show is one of those things. And I think when the time is right and I have the feeling it's enough, then I will start with Senor Coconut again.
And how did the idea come to rework Daft Punk and Kraftwerk?
Well, when I was researching Latin music, maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I found out that within Latin music, covering other music is a very predominant thing to do. It's very common for anybody to play standards or traditionals or make a new version of an existing pop song. And I always found it very interesting, so to say, to see how an original song is getting distorted when you redo it in a different language maybe, or in a different style. Suddenly it gets like a different meaning. And that's how the whole thing started, basically. Just to take other music and twist it, and suddenly it became something else, which very often I don't know what it is. You know, when I reworked the Kraftwerk songs, to my own surprise, suddenly there were something else. And this was very strange to see. And I really like the process of doing that, and what it evokes in people when people are listening to those other versions. It produces something in their heads, I think, which is entertaining for me.